Let's start the third video of section 8.1, where we're still talking about confidence intervals. Above, you are going to see some steps to performing how to construct a confidence interval in your graphing calculator. Let's practice this on example 3, and this is using example 2 from the previous video with the heads of lettuce. Go ahead a moment and pause your video and see if you're able to use your confidence intervals to construct a 90% interval and then once again a 95% interval. And if you don't remember the values from example 2, the mean weight for the heads of lettuce was 2.2 pounds, the standard deviation was 0.2, and the sample size was, in this case, 20. So if you used your calculator correctly, you would have gotten the same answer that we got at the end of example 2 in the last video. And the answer was this. And when you repeated the calculator keystroke, but at the 95th% confidence interval, you would have received this as an answer. We're also asked to explain the effects that we notice when we increase the confidence level. Look at what happened to our lower bounds when we increase the confidence level. Look at what happened to our upper bound when we increase the confidence level. So in other words, if we look down here, increasing the confidence level increases the error bound, or the margin of error, making the confidence interval wider, whereas decreasing the confidence level decreases the error bound, or margin of error, making the confidence interval more narrow. Moving on to example 4, please pause the video and see if you're able to construct these intervals using your calculator. If you like, feel free to construct them by hand as well, but check back in a moment to see if you got the right answer. Looking at example 4, we had a standard deviation of 6, a sample size of 28, and our mean of the sampling distribution was 36. Now we have to be careful because our sample size is less than 30. However, they did tell us that this is normally distributed. How did you do? Did you get this for your confidence interval? So that means that we can be 90% confident that the mean delivery time is somewhere between 34.1 and 37.8 minutes. In letter B, let's assume that the sample size is changed to 50 restaurants with the same sample mean and population standard deviation. This time, find a 90% confidence interval estimate for the population mean delivery time. So take a moment and pause the video, enter this on your calculator, and see what you get for the answer. And there we go. How did you do? Did you get this for your answer? What effects do you notice in increasing the sample size? Well, increasing the sample size reduces variation in the data, which allows us to achieve the same confidence level with a narrower interval of values. So increasing the sample size decreases the error bound, the margin of error, making the confidence interval more narrow. Whereas decreasing the sample size increases the error bound, making the confidence interval wider. For our last example for this section, let's say we have a confidence interval. We're given that, and we're asked to find the margin of error, or the error bound, and the sample mean. You can use the directions from up here to solve that. Let's go ahead and try it. In order to find the error bound, we'll take the upper value minus the lower value and divide by 2. And this will equal 2.88, which is the error bound or the margin of error. Finding our mean, we'll take the upper value and subtract the error bound. And now we'll have our sample distribution mean, and we'll also have our margin of error. And that completes the third video of section 8.1, a long section. I hope you found it helpful.